Hi guys, welcome to lighting. In this video, we're going to be talking about all the things that you need to cover as a filmmaker when it comes to lighting. So there are two major types of lights in film. We have our natural light and we have our artificial light. Natural light being natural light, which is your sunlight, and artificial light being all of this here. So the three-point lighting is a traditional method of illuminating a subject in a scene with light sources from three different positions. And the three types of lights are your key light, your fill light, and your backlight. Explaining what your key light is. Your key light is your main primary source of light, which is mostly in front of the subject at an angle of 45 degrees. The fill light, which is your second light, has to mirror the key light. And then you have your backlight. Now your backlight can also be called your rim light or your hair light. This is what illuminates the subject from behind and separates subjects from your background. I would be showing you some pictures and we'll be talking about these techniques as we go forward. Right, so first on the list we have high key lighting. This type of lighting, I hope you can see the picture on the screen. It's basically a lighting technique that makes use of bright and soft lighting, with low shadows, low contrast. It's mostly used for cheerful and positive environments, and it fills the entire space and gives no room for any dark corners. Next on the list is low key lighting. So for low key lighting, it is the opposite of high key lighting, but it's characterized by strong shadows. There's high contrast. There's more darker tones in your image. It's mostly for suspenseful look, or you're trying to go for a dramatic feel. You want to do more of a pensive, serene kind of vibe. Then low key lighting is your go-to. Lighting like lamps. This is an example of a practical lamp. Candles, fireplace, and stuff like that. They help enhance the picture and how it looks. Okay, and next we're going to talk about hard lighting. So hard lighting is making use of light without diffusion. Now, before we go to hard lighting, let's talk about diffusion a little bit. Right, so diffusion is making your light less intense before it hits the subject. So placing white sheets, placing white fabrics, placing translucent fabrics in front of your light source, thereby letting your light pass through it, and it filters down the intensity of the light, making the light diffuse. So that's the process called diffusion of light. So now, back to hard lighting. Hard lighting basically means making use of harsh source, and you can see your image is more contrasted. You can see your image as more definition. The attention is drawn into the shadows. There's a lot more contrast. There's a lot more harsh lines between the highlights and the shadows. That's basically what harsh lighting does. Hard lighting does on your picture. Right. Talk about soft lighting. Soft lighting basically it eliminates most shadows. You have to create subtle shades from your light sources. You have to create subtle shades between your highlight and your shadows, so it's not so distinct this time. Now for bounce lighting, all you just need to do is get a white sheet or a white board or a reflector or something and place it against your light source or in the direction where your light is hitting, and place a subject at the opposite direction, so it's in a way that the light source hits your reflector or a white sheet and now bounces off that to your subject. Now, before we go forward, I would like to make you understand that there's something called ambient lighting. And that ambient lighting just basically means the light that exists in the scene before any other light is brought in. Motivated lighting. So think of your best shots that you've seen in movies and how that when somebody is sitting by the fire, for example, and you see the light on the person's face and you think, oh, it's the light from the fire. But if you watch the bit behind the scenes of that particular shot, you would see that they actually had another light that motivated the lights from the fire. Now that's basically what motivated lighting means. It helps you enhance the light that is already in your scene, already in your picture, and makes it more dominant in your shot. So that way it makes it believable. So from here on out, I'll be showing you different lighting techniques, and you'll be seeing the light breakdowns directly beside it and how I came about that. So when we get to class during content week, we can understand the process and see how the workflow is. I wouldn't also ask too many questions because you're already familiar with these things, and it's easier for us to just go directly into active creation and bringing ideas to life.